Nicki Forman. I founded Aruna Yoga as a way to connect you, to your body, to presence and to truth. I've made these videos for you to practice along with me. Especially did not put in music so that you can find your own music and your own taste, and that you can let presence decide how you want to practice. But really this is just a guide for you to get in touch with the inner dance, to feel what's in your body, to welcome up your emotions, to stay in touch with your breath, and ultimately to remember who you are and to live by that aligned, embodied expression of your body, your mind and your heart as one. Enjoy the practice in Aruna Yoga. Find a comfortable seated position, either with your legs crossed or on the knees, or seated on a chair. Gently close the eyes and allow your awareness to arrive in your body. Mentally scan the body from the crown of the head down to your base. Becoming aware of any sensations that you feel in the body. You're invited to place one hand on the chest, another on the belly. Becoming aware of the contact of the hands on your body, the connection of your bottom on the floor or chair beneath you. Gently just welcoming in a greater awareness of your body, of sensations, and of any feelings that may show up. And allowing your awareness to arrive and focus on your natural breath. Becoming aware of the inhale breath. Noticing how the belly and the chest rise on the inhale. And fall as you exhale. When a thought arrives, return your awareness to your body, your attention to your breath. Your presence to this moment here and now. And then either bringing the hand from your belly to rest on the hand on your chest, or both palms into prayer. Take a moment to find your intention that is arising in this moment. And then letting the breath naturally deepen as you open your awareness into your heart space. Connecting to this highest intention for now. And together with your mind, your body, your heart, inhale one breath, focusing on aligning the 3 levels of body, mind, heart. And then as you exhale, bowing the chin down and taking a moment to direct the energy of your present moment practice, whatever that might be, towards this intention. Inhale, and then as you exhale, releasing. And begin by just deepening the breath now. You're going to inhale, moving from a natural breath to a long, deep breath. You can breathe in through the nose. And then as you exhale through the mouth, letting out a sigh, softening the body as you do so. Maybe moving a little bit in the shoulders, in the hips, as the body starts to tune in and connect to this moment and how it feels. And then on your next breaths, the eyes can close, and we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, just deepening the natural breath here. And if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, where you contract the back of the throat to create a hissing sound, an oceanic sound, you can start to deepen your breathing with the Ujjayi or oceanic breath. And on our next breath, we'll inhale the arms up. You can look up or tuck the chin in if that feels better for your back. And then as you exhale, you can just release down through the body and start to move into a Sufi grind. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. And just feeling in to where there is parts of the body being held or contracted. And whatever choice of music you use, you can let some flow happen as you invite some intuitive movement in. And if you're practicing in silence, your breath can be your music, and presence, your muse. And then changing directions so that you're just bringing the awareness into both sides of the body. The heart can guide the movement. letting that intuitive bodily wisdom guide the flow. And as you inhale to center, bring the arms up, stretching up so the flanks of the body are elongated and space is created between the rib cage. And as we exhale, we're going to just twist to the right and inhale here, and then come to a very simple twist. One hand on the leg, the other hand behind you. And deepening into a breath here. And inhale back to center. And then exhale as you twist to the other side, to your left. Inhale to center here. And then exhale, twisting up and over to this side. And then inhale back to center. And then exhale, just going to bring one hand down. And we can move just by alternating the hands until both hands come down. And we move into a spinal flex. Spinal flex is a beautiful way to balance the nervous system, to bring vital life force into our organs, and is helpful to tone the vagus nerve and induce, through its simple movement and oxygenation, a calm, rest and digest state through our nervous system. Inhale forward, exhale back. You can close the eyes. Going into the body. And your speed can be exactly what the rhythm of your music is, or what the tempo of your energy is right now. Inhale and hold. And then exhale in the opposite direction. Now inhale one arm up, and then exhale down. Here it's the same movement with alternating arms. Inhaling and exhaling. This is useful for the lymphatic movement, as well as opening the respiratory system and aiding in your digestion. One more each side. And then just take a moment to feel in to your body. And then slowly bringing your right leg forward and the left leg down. The right leg is in a 90 degree. We're going to open up through the left side. Take a deep breath here. Inhaling here. Exhaling, pushing away with the arm against the knee. And then as you inhale here, as you exhale, we're going to open up and just change sides. So breathing in and out. And you'll feel an opening in the right side, the side that's lifted. Now we're going to move, bringing the right leg to the front of the yoga mat and the left leg behind you. Like this, it's known as the deer pose. So looking down, both knees have a 90-degree angle, and then seeing if we can come down to open up the right hip, or staying on the fingertips if that's needed. And then very, very slowly pushing yourself up, opening up to center and just swapping over to the other side, finding that 90-degree angle at the back, 90-degree angle in the front, coming into your forward position and then coming down if that feels appropriate for your body right now. And then gently pushing yourself up, coming back to center, crossing the legs over and coming onto all fours. Bringing your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. As you inhale, you're going to tilt the pelvis, drop the belly, look up. As you exhale, pull the navel point in, tilt the pelvis down, tuck the chin in, into the cat. And you move from alternating between the cow, cat position, inhaling up, exhaling back. The speed that you practice this depends on the rhythm you're focusing on in the moment. And then inhale to a neutral spine, lengthening up from the crown of the head down to your seat bones. From here, inhale one arm up, and then just thread it through the opposite arm, coming into a twist. Inhaling the arm up, placing it either on the sacrum or wrapped on the inner thigh. Finding your breath as you twist and open into the side body. Releasing, bring the arm back up. And then again, just moving intuitively to release the body from that twist. And then find your opposite arm. And taking the other side. And slowly releasing, bringing yourself back to center and moving gently from side to side. Your next option is to come down to the elbows into a variation of Anahatasana. The knees are supporting you in this heart-based, heart-opening pose. You can also stretch your arms out And then bring the chest and the chin to the ground. Take a breath or two here. And then gently pushing yourself back up. And from here, coming onto the knees. Extending one leg out. Inhale the opposite arm up. And exhale into the gateway pose, stretching the side body. Find your breath between each pose as a way of coming deeply into presence. This breath is a way of drawing the mind and the discursive thinking into the body, and then perhaps reaching all the way down and coming up and over to the other side. From here, you could twist the knee in, lift up, and change hands. This balance point is held by finding internal focus and a gaze or drishti that allows you to stabilize. Place the hand down, place the knee, shake that out, and then come back up, changing sides. Inhale the opposite arm to leg, come up and over into the gateway. And as you use the name gateway, you can open into the gateway of presence, really feeling into your body. Through the gateway of your breath, feeling into the breath. And then circling down as you come and open up the other side. And then perhaps twisting, raising the leg and the opposite arm. And then placing the hand down, the knee down. And then inhale, look up. And then as you exhale, curl the toes, push yourself back and rise up into downward facing dog. Just beginning to feel into the body. Connecting to the different sides. And then settling into the pose. If the knees need a bend, they can, pushing away from the hands, bringing the chest toward the thighs, the chin to tuck in. Breath deepening. And then looking toward the two hands, you can bend the knees and step your right foot on the outside of the hands. Left leg can come down. And perhaps staying here or coming down again into prayer in the lizard pose, Uttana Pristhasana. Softening and opening into the body. As you come up, the left hand pushes into the ground. The right hand can open up the right knee. And you twist. And then slowly releasing, Bringing the right leg in, stepping back into downward facing dog. Bring the knees down to the ground, the chest and the chin into Ashtanga Namaskarasana, the 8-limbed greeting. And then flat down, point the toes, inhale into a cobra. Exhale down, rising onto the tips of the fingers. Inhale up. Exhale down. Curl the toes, transitioning through downward facing dog. And then giving that freedom of movement, freedom of presence. Where's your body at right now? What does it need? And if a downward dog is not what it needs, maybe a child's pose is a resting place. Letting the breath just keep deepening as you establish the base pose, which is an invitation into presence, true presence into this moment. And then your left leg can come on the outside of the left hand. The right knee can find its support on the ground. Staying there or coming into prayer. Just feeling into the body and where is opening. What's arising? A beautiful pose to connect to the felt sense in the hips, the groin, the psoas. And then coming up, right hand pushes into the ground, left arm opens. As you twist. And then the left leg can come in. Step it back to downward facing dog. Come down through the knees, through the chest and the chin. Hips are up. And then roll flat down, pointing the toes. Big toe, pinky toes, both touching. Thighs internally rotate as you inhale into cobra. Exhale down. Onto the tips of the fingers. Inhale up. Exhale down. Placing the palms next to the chest, curl the toes, bend, bring the buttocks to the back of the heels. Downward facing dog. Let's just say yes, yes, yes with the head, so we loosen the back of the neck. And then no, no, no. Look toward the two hands, bend the knees, step between the two hands. As you come into a forward fold, holding onto the elbows and perhaps dropping the head down. With high blood pressure, you can just come halfway up. Or if you have glaucoma, otherwise you can take it halfway this way, or even place your hands on a wall. And listening to the body, bending the knees as needed. Feeling into the felt sense that's here. And then releasing the hand, shifting the weight, moving in and out. And then softening the knees as you bring yourself to stand in Tadasana. In Tadasana, feel your sense of stability. The feet are hip distance apart. The arms can be open, so this external rotation brings attention into the heart space, inviting your awareness into the body. And perhaps with the closed eyes, feeling the sense of groundedness through the feet. A sense of elongation through the crown. It's a dynamic internal friction between grounding and lengthening that's happening. And then releasing, and you're just going to start to move intuitively, discovering where the body is held through these movements. Your breath can help you to guide the movement. And the awareness can help you to land on the contracted places that are somehow stuck. And then inhaling the arms up. Exhale into a half forward fold or a full forward fold. And then inhaling halfway up. And then as you exhale, stepping into downward facing dog. We're going to raise the right leg and open up the hip, looking into the right armpit. And then step with the right leg forward into a deep lunge. Bring the palms of the hands into prayer. And then sinking down. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhaling, opening. And back into prayer. Inhaling, exhale, coming into a twist. The back knee can be down if it's needed, or more active if that's wanted. From here, you're going to just reach down into Skandasana, feeling your sense of connection and balance, the opening in the hips, perhaps opening in the arms. And then coming to center, sinking down. And then coming back down to the other side, very, very gently, feeling into the legs. Maybe extending the arms. Finding your flow and your fluidity. And then from here, coming into our twist, we're reversing everything. Back knee either down, if needed, or up. And then from here, coming into our deep lunge, maybe opening. And then finding a transition into downward facing dog. Come down to the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale into cobra. Exhale down. Inhale onto the fingertips. Exhaling down. Curl the toes into downward facing dog. Looking ahead of you, stepping with the feet forward into a forward fold. Holding onto the elbows and then moving like a pendulum from side to side. Coming to center, softening the knees. And then inhale, Utkatasana, or fierce pose. And then exhale, twist to the side. And then inhale, forward fold. And exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, forward fold, opening the arms. And then just releasing the hands down. As we inhale, one hand goes up, the other hand drops. And we come to a sideway bend. And then we can change. Inhale up, the other drops. And then into a forward fold as we bend forward. From here, inhale, look halfway up. As we exhale, we're going to step the left foot back and rise up into Warrior Two. And take a moment to establish your base. And then we can flow into side angle and then into reverse warrior. And side angle and reversing. And then side and reverse. From here, extend through Warrior Two, straightening your front leg, turning it in. Inhale the arms up, and then exhale. And then we're alternating each time. One hand takes its chance to go in front. And then on the next breath, inhale both arms up. Exhale, opening into a forward fold, holding onto the outsides of the legs. If you need to bend, you can do that. If you have high blood pressure, you can bring your head up above your heart. And then coming onto the fingertips, you're going to walk forward. One hand comes into the center and the other hand lifts and twists. And then slowly swapping. Back to center, walk the fingers in, turn the palms of the hands up, resting forward. And then inhale to center, soften the knees to space in the back to be given. Bring the hands to the waist, roll up, open the shoulders, release the hands down. The left foot transitions into Warrior Two. So again, establishing that base, just feeling the base of the outer edge of the foot pushing down, the 90-degree angle of the knee, the arms releasing and extending. And then we move through this side angle, reverse warrior dance. So this is a dance that stabilizes the legs and opens up the side body. It helps to release fear by giving us a sense of stability. And then inhale through to warrior. And then straightening the legs, turning the feet in, then the heels in. And we're just going to sink down and play here a little bit with the elbows, moving through the shoulders, through the hips, through the heels, lifting. And then come to a place where we can start to feel into our physical body, feeling into our energy field, and then really feeling into our core, power, our center, and maybe even coming into the goddess with the index and thumb connected. So arriving here with presence and punctuating that presence with prana, or vital life force, meaning breathe into this, be into this. And then as you inhale, we're just going to start to alternate to the sides. And maybe find new positions, new crevices in the back that we can explore with our intuitive movement. And then come to a little yin-yang base. And then slowly lifting, turning the heels in, and moving into this figure of 8. So I love putting on music here to just let the body flow with whatever music you've chosen. And noticing how the arms can let this intuitive figure of 8 movement really be felt. And then in the opposite direction. And then inhaling to stand. And just feeling in here. And maybe just letting trickles of movement continue to reverberate. And then you're going to shift the weight onto one leg to come into a balance pose of the tree. From here, opening the arms. So if getting your foot close to your groin is not possible, this is possible. The foot on the calf is possible, the foot above or right up into the groin. And then we're going to try and just let the branches be fluid, blowing in the wind. And then from here, see if you can lift the leg and just bring it back to open up. And then from here, twisting round and moving. And then shifting straight into the other leg. So the option with the foot down, on the calf, on the groin. Give yourself freedom and fluidity to have your branches blow and move and be in connection with the winds. And maybe going toward the leg, seeing if balance is available, and then letting it sweep around. And then from here you can come back to this flow. And while you do this, you're going to close the eyes, and you can always choose a piece of music that is strong beat, but you're going to start to have a little shake through the center of the body. The shake can be subtle to begin with. Through the joints, welcoming any sounds that want to escape from you or be released as tension is released, perhaps lifting the arms, open up the jaw, and then give yourself a little bit of time to really shake out as much as you need to with the head and the shoulders and the hands and the knees. If you need to, you can jump if you want to get some energy flowing. And then inhale up. And then exhaling. Returning to the space. Returning to your body. Feeling in to now. Here I invite you to take a piece of music that you love and just to dance. And we'll do that together. I'll do my flow and you find yours that feels right for you in this moment. In our dances, they can just be the movement that your body wants to make. They can have yoga poses that you're familiar with. Or they can just be defined in this moment. Letting the music be your guide. Give yourself freedom to not do each side, but just to flow, being completely creative. And in tune with what your body is guiding you to do. And then let your breath be part of the embroidery of your creativity that connects your movements to your heart. And gently making your way down to the floor. And meeting with the feet on the ground, the hands next to you, and just moving the legs from side to side. Inhale the knees into the chest. Place the feet down, lifting up into a bridge. Feet can be close to the buttocks, hands reaching for the ankles. And then gently rolling down and pausing, yeah? And then one leg can go over the other, and you're going to twist the knees to the ground and the gaze to the opposite side, loosening the space in your shoulders so that you can really feel that twist happening from the navel, the chest. And then bringing yourself back to center, releasing and alternating legs up and open. And then as you come back to center, coming to lie on one side and finding your balance here. We're going to take the tree lying on the side, either the foot below the knee or above the knee, and see if you can find your balance this way. And then your hand can come down as you transition and open up. And then release that side down and roll over onto the other side. Once you've placed your feet, bring your hands together. Establish your foundation, which is the side of the body as opposed to the foot now. Feel the difference of that. And then releasing the hand and the foot. Just letting your body open, yeah. And this time rolling onto the tummy, bending the knees, and maybe lifting up either halfway. Legs can also be flat down in the Sphinx here if that's better for your back. Or maybe even lifting up a little bit. And then as you come down, straightening the legs and resting on one side in the crocodile. Bringing up your knee if that feels more comfortable for you. It's usually quite a comfortable way to lie. And then coming back to center, you can bend the knees. So option one is to go back to the Sphinx with the legs bent or straightened behind you. Another option is to reach for the feet and come into the bow pose, into Dhanurasana. Toes may touch if that feels appropriate. You can even flex, pull back, lift up, through the chest, and then rolling down, releasing, and coming to the other side, into the frog, into Makrasana. And then from here, simply rolling onto the back. So here is a beautiful moment to take an inversion. You can choose any inversion that is appropriate for you. If you're in your cycle, then an inversion is not appropriate and you can simply rest here or take the supine U-shape position. Or you can come up into shoulder stand, into headstand, choosing what feels appropriate. Finding a few breaths here. And then slowly lowering behind you, or coming down from whatever inversion you have chosen. If it's headstand, come into child's pose. And perhaps coming and meeting in happy baby. Happy baby can also be practiced with the hands behind the knees, reaching for the ankles, the toes, the inside or outside of your feet. And then slowly releasing the feet down as you come into reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana, resting here. And then straightening the legs and rising into Matsyasana, into the fish. Tucking in, releasing into Shavasana. Slowly returning your awareness to your body, moving the fingers and toes. Stretching up. Bending your knees, coming to lie in a fetal position. And then pushing yourself up to sit. For the breathing exercises that follow, you can find a comfortable seat. Eyes may be closed or open as you feel. We're going to focus on the 3 parts of the breath: inhaling, holding, and exhaling. On the inhale, we will count to 4. On the hold, we will count to 7. And on the exhale, to 8. This helps to stimulate the vagus nerve, tone, and to bring the body into a rest and digest parasympathetic state. I find closing the eyes most helpful. Let us begin our practice now. Inhaling for the count of 4, holding for the count of 7, and exhaling for the count of 8. Giving each part of the breath full attention. Inhaling 4. As you move into the kumbhaka, or attention of 7 counts, you can focus at your eyebrow point, welcoming the awareness of this interstitial space. And then as you exhale, focusing on that letting go to the count of 8. Finishing your exhale here and returning to the natural breath now. Observing the natural breath. And for our next exercise, you can bring your thumb and ring finger to be ready. Index and middle can either rest on the eyebrow point or fold it over into the pad of your hand. You block your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Block the left nostril. Focus at your eyebrow center as you hold the breath here. And then exhale through the right nostril, releasing it with your thumb. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril with the thumb. Hold and focus at your eyebrow point here. Release the left nostril. Exhale through the left. This is one round of the alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. Let's practice a few rounds together. Blocking the right nostril, inhale through the left. Hold the left, focus at the brow point. Release the right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block the right, focus at the eyebrow point. Exhale through the left. Continue now for a few more rounds in your own rhythm. And when you're finished, hand can come to rest on the leg. Now inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhale the breath completely. And with the breath expelled, holding onto the knees, you can pull the navel point in, tuck in the chin, take a light Mahabandha, great lock, unless you are pregnant or in your cycle or have inflammation. Release, inhale, exhale. Bring one hand to the chest, another to the belly. And staying centered in what is felt, what is perceived through the senses, what is interreceived through the felt sense of the body. And the after effect of your practice. And then perhaps bringing one hand over the other, or taking prayer. Taking a moment just to acknowledge what was recognized. Offering your acknowledgement for showing up to your practice, to your body, to presence, to this. And maybe welcoming gratitude into this closing. And letting this awareness be integrated throughout your day. And closing with presence.